Brain or body? Another of the either-or debates that have been around for a long time is the question of whether what we experience as emotions, drives, and feeling states originate in the brain or in various other tissues and systems of the body. These interactions are always taking place on a two-way street, with simultaneous and accumulative responses developing in both directions. The mind-body connection refers to the idea that what we experience as emotions, drives, and feeling states originate in the brain and in the various other tissues and systems of the body. Every change in physiological state is accompanied by an appropriate change in the mental emotional state, conscious or unconscious. And, on the contrary, every change in the mental emotional state, conscious or unconscious, is accompanied by an appropriate change in the physiological state. For every action, there is a reaction. There are structures in the brain that appear to be involved specifically in emotional experiences and reactions. The limbic system occupies a deep central region in the brain, just on top of the brain stem. It includes the thalamus, hypothalamus, hippocampus, and parts of the basal ganglia. This list of associated structures and functions grows as an understanding of its inputs and effects expands. What is clear at this point is that these structures are situated at the crossroads of many channels of information and response in the nervous system. It is the area through which all sensory information coming up through the spinal cord enters the brain, and through which all motor commands flow back downward. It is also the area through which information from all the special sense organs in the cranium enter the brain. And it is directly connected both with dense nerve networks and with rich capillary saturation to the pituitary gland, and through it to the autonomic visceral system. As it turns out, neuron groups situated within this limbic region have the densest collection of peptide bonding sites in the brain. Each of these neurons can manufacture, send, and receive every one of the neuropeptides now known. Each neuron can display millions of peptide receptors on its membrane at any given time and can change the populations of specific types of receptors displayed either according to previous stimuli or current operational needs. Concentrations of peptide receptors are easily dense in areas where sensory information from all sense organs enter the brain and where motor connections are distributed to both skeletal and autonomic nerve muscular systems. The strategic concentration of receptors adds an immeasurable dimension to our experience of our perceptions and to our responses. This is where impressions about the world and about ourselves are infused with how we feel about them, where situations take on personal significance, where raw data is given meaning, and our world becomes a human one. Things happen to us. We react. We observe the consequences. We draw conclusions about the goodness or badness of certain things, depending on our experience with them. When confirmed by repeat experiences, these conditions become beliefs about the nature of those things and about their significance to us personally. These beliefs then becomes organizing assumptions for all future experience, categories into which all apparently similar experiences are folded, and expectations about all future possibilities. Facts are things that have happened. Laws are the ways in which we have come to understand that they must happen if they are going to. Truth is what we make of all these objects and ideas, how we feel about them, what we believe about our relationship to us. and what compels our particular responses with regards to them. Our deepest convictions, those that unconsciously structure all of our experience and behavior, are products of this limbic function and are utterly saturated with emotion. There is also another major information channel that enters the brain in the central limbic system, the bloodstream. It is the vascular system that delivers peptides secreted by the brain to their cells and tissues. And it is the blood that carries peptides secreted by other tissues to their targets and back to the brain. Thus, the limbic system is where chemical information in the blood and chemical information secreted by neurons are mixed with overall firing patterns in the brain, where action, potential, and chemistry meet. And in this meeting, weird and wonderful effects between mind and matter take place. The mixture of chemical and action potential coding results in a remarkable transference across their boundaries. Chemical messages, or matter, are transformed into shifts in brain states, or mind. And brain states are transformed into chemical messages, matter. And both of these transformations initiate an endless series of further transferences of one kind of information into another as they course through the organism. What we see here is not a question of mind versus matter, but a process of each being continually converted into the other, as physical events are being translated into feeling states, and feeling states are being translated into physical experiences of all kinds, conscious and unconscious.